Rocket Dreamers presents Ckeno. Ckeno. Ckeno, also known as Ckeno the Mouth, mostly by me, is a professional Rocket League player in sub-Saharan Africa. He, alongside Casper and Friction, make up White Rabbit Gaming. Born in 2005 in California, Ckeno grew up in the valley until he was 11 years old when his parents moved to Mozambique to be missionaries. Although he had dabbled a little bit in Rocket League on Xbox, once he arrived in Mozambique, he mained Fortnite for the next 2.5 years, from 2017 into early 2020. To the retroactive relief of everyone in the SSA Rocket League community, he picked up Rocket League once more early in 2020 and has never looked back. For the next 1.5 years, he focused his gaming attention on Rocket League and in August 2021 became a grand champion. In all this time, completely unaware that there was a Rocket League scene in South Africa. Although, to be fair, it wasn't much of a scene. This was our pre-RLCS days. Surprisingly though, he remained unaware of the local Rocket League scene at the start of the 2021-22 RLCS season, when SSA was included, and in fact tried to compete in RLCS in Europe. Playing on dodgy internet out of Mozambique on EU servers, he and his team signed up for open quals for the first split of the 21-22 season. They didn't make it out at day 2, but he was intent on finding a way to compete. Finding a South African Rocket League player, Wraith, in a Discord server, Ckeno finally made his way into the SSA Rocket League scene in early 2022. He almost immediately got the attention of casters, analysts, other teams, and certainly the general Rocket League watching public when he, Tristan, and Amogus competed as Yankees with no brim in the third regional of the second split in the 21-22 season. It was clear to keen watchers of Rocket League that Ckeno was going to have an impact on the game. He had a natural flair for it, a mechanical ability, and he brought something to the teams he competed with. Yankees with no brim had a very promising start, taking a top 8 finish in the only regional they competed in. The third and final split of the season, Ckeno was picked up by Team Espionage, where they had one top 8 finish and then a top 12 in the 2 remaining regionals of the season. The off-season period was a roster apocalypse. The time between the 21-22 and the start of the 22-23 season was absolute chaos. Every single team in the SSA region took a hit. During that time, we also saw the entry of new orgs into the scene, one of those being White Rabbit Gaming. They picked up Casper, Friction, and then Ckeno. The start of the new season for White Rabbit Gaming has been very positive, with 2 top 8 finishes and in the final regional a top 2 finish, taking down Apex Gaming and Orlando Pirates along the way in the playoff bracket, finding themselves in joint 4th spot along with ATK and being real contenders for one of the 2 wildcard slots for the region. I asked some of his contemporaries in the community, friends, teammates, former teammates, what they think of Ckeno as a player, as a person. A mechanical mastermind with lots of potential to become a top player in the region. Ckeno is one of those talented players who improves at extremely fast rates, very mechanical, and can be scary in the air. When I first saw Ckeno's gameplay, it was apparent he is going to turn into a solid player, always in rotation, ready to help and mediate his team's shortcomings. As a player, he's a real grinder and was probably one of the best teammates I had. As a player, Ckeno is very talented with great intentions and the willingness to improve. His mechanics push him above most in the region, and his clutch ability is second to none. Ckeno is a highly skilled player in Rocket League with a great mental who often makes his teammates' jobs on the pitch so much easier. He has come onto the scene with such an amazing personal flair. He brings creativity to his individual plays, creating something out of nothing. Definitely someone to look out for in the future of this region. I have absolutely no idea how to describe Ckeno. He is an enigma. Ckeno is a rising star of the SSA Rocket League community with the potential to become a superstar. But at the end of this current season, he has a decision to make. The close of the season coincides with the end of high school for Ckeno, and at that time, he will either take a gap year and continue to pursue competitive Rocket League, or he will return back home to the United States to pursue higher education. Whichever decision he makes, and for as long as we have him, the players, the viewers, the casters, the analysts will continue to be enthralled, entertained, and thrilled by Ckeno, the Rocket Dreamer.